Thank you for watching this video for the Super Squad Challenge. This will explain the rules for all the events as well as how to do the penalties if any are incurred. It is extremely important for you to watch this video prior to coming because there will be no briefings on the day of the event. The staggered starts prevent us from doing that. The varsity course is a 3-mile course. The JV course is a 1.5-mile course. The varsity will have 10 challenges on their course and the JV will have 5. These distances are the lengths between stations, but does not include any mileage that you would incur during the events, which are generally short. But they also do not include any penalties that might happen during the course of the day. It is important that all cadets on a team be uniformly attired. This can be in PT gear, it can be in camouflage utilities or the like. It can be in any kind of uniform, but they need to be uniformly attired so that the judges can tell who is on what team. All competitors are required to have a water bottle or a hydration pack. Before the start of the event, each team will be tested on military knowledge. There are 25 questions and answers that are listed in the LOI for the meet. Each team member will draw at random a question out of a bucket and be required to answer that individually. If all 4 people get the question right, there's no penalty. If you miss one question, it is a 1-minute penalty. 2 questions is a 2-minute penalty. 3 wrong answers is a 3.5-minute penalty, and all 4 wrong answers is a 5-minute penalty.
Number 17.
Number 17 is, on what day was Pearl Harbor bombed?
December the 7th, 1941.
That is correct. When approaching a challenge station, the team is to report and be inside the pink box at the start. All 4 competitors must be there before the challenge can begin. When a team has finished the challenge, including performing any assessed penalties, they must report to this orange box before leaving. It is at this point they will have their card punched for the event. Each team will have a punch card to show that they've completed. Once they have completed a challenge at a station, the judge will punch their card for that station. Now, if you happen to lose your card, too bad, you are disqualified. Most stations can accommodate at least 4 teams at a time. There are only a couple of places where it is possible that there may be brief traffic jams. In those places, the faster overtaking team has the right of way. Follow the directions of the judge at those sites. The targets are 4 eggs. Each shooter will run to the firing line, pick up the rifle, and fire. In the marksmanship event, the first shooter and only the first shooter will shoot in the standing position. Every shooter after that will shoot in the prone position. Whether or not they break the egg, they will return to the starting line. Each team member will take a shot. If after all 4 team members have fired, all of the eggs are broken and you are done. If there are eggs left unbroken, teams will continue firing in the original firing order. Once all 4 eggs are broken, you are done. If all 4 eggs are not broken after 2 firing rotations, a penalty will be incurred. The first shooter will remove the CBI the last shooter will replace the CBI. The penalty in this event is that the entire team must run a 150-yard penalty lap for each unbroken egg. The next event is the stretcher relay. When you arrive at your station, you're going to see 2 poles and a sheet looking something like that, and it's up to you to build a stretcher from those components. Okay, the victim, all 4 can assist, including the victim, for this event. When they reach the far end, they can set it down. Another one can get on. If your stretcher is still in good shape, you can use it. If your stretcher should happen to fall apart while you're out there in mid-course, you're going to have to rebuild it. There are 2 safety notes in this event. First, victims should get on the stretcher so their feet are facing towards the direction of travel. Second, when the team crosses an end line, they should not drop their victim, should not drop the stretcher. The penalty for not completing the stretcher event is 80 uphill crunches. This is a total of 80 in relay fashion for the entire team. Fingers should touch the shoulder blades and arms should be crossed and close to the chest. Holders will count out loud and loud enough for judges to hear them. These are done by the entire team. They can be done, they're done in sequence, one person, then another person in a relay style. One person can do 10 and another can do 50. It's up to whatever you want, a total of 80. If it takes repeating someone, that's okay too, but to a total of 80. This is the ammo can relay. For this event, there needs to be two cadets on one end and 2 cadets on the other. We have a demonstration here. The cans for males and mixed gender teams will be about 30 pounds apiece. For all female teams, they will be about 15 pounds apiece. This would continue on through all 4 people until everyone had carried them. If a person, go ahead. If a person is having trouble with it and can't carry both cans, they can set one down, go up and set it, come back and get it, and take it back. So it's acceptable to do it in 2 trips. The penalty for not completing the ammo can relay is 25 bends and thrust, which I will demonstrate in a minute. These must be done by the entire team in unison, counting off loud enough for the judges to hear. If a team member lags in this exercise, the others must slow down so that all exercises will be done together. These are bends and thrusts. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. Next event is a modified portion of the Marine Corps obstacle course. The obstacles on the course that we will be using include 8 low, 4 medium, and 1 high hurdle, ranging in height from 32 to 64 inches tall. There is also a wall that is 78 inches tall. Do not do any obstacles that have been flagged with pink tape. These guys are demonstrating. The next event is a 78-inch tall wall. permissible for someone to assist another cadet who's doing this obstacle? The way to do it, to provide assistance? While it is acceptable to assist each other on the course, it is not permissible to go around an obstacle to help someone. If you have already crossed an obstacle and need to go back to help someone, you must go back over the obstacle, assist them, and then come back over the obstacle again. The last section is a series of hurdles. This event, the penalty is a 3-minute plank done as a low plank done as a team. This can be done one person following another. They don't all have to do the same amount of time. Some can do more than one, and we're going to have a little demonstration of that. Go. 25, 26 seconds, 27 seconds, 55 seconds, 2 minutes and 2 seconds, 3 minutes. In the rope climb, teams only have to have 2 cadets climb the ropes. More than 2 may try, but only 2 different cadets must reach the top. All female teams are not required to climb the rope. We have 1 rope hanging here for the rope climb. On the day of the competition, there will be 4. Teams can choose any rope they want, but they must both of their climbers must go up the same rope. They cannot be on using 2 different ropes. Climbers will go up the rope. When they get to the top, they will slap that horizontal log, okay, and come back down. If only 1 climber can climb the rope, then the team will have to be on station here for 3 minutes. If neither can do it, they must remain on station for 6 minutes. Climbers coming down the rope must be within 3 feet of the ground before dropping off. Violations of that rule will result in a 30-second penalty.
Left.
During the team walk event, teams will cross a course while walking on 8-foot boards.
Left.
If someone should fall off,
Right.
there will be a 10-second penalty. The team has to stand for 10 seconds. During that time, they can get back on the board and they can be reorganized, but they cannot move forward. And their 10-second penalty, judge will tell them when to go. 10-second penalty is up. Go.
Right. Left.
Teams must go to a cone, turn around, and return to the starting line. A team that can make the turn around the cone while still on the boards can turn around at the 25-yard cone. A team that must manually turn the boards must go fully past the 40-yard cone.
Right. Left.
A team is approaching the first
Left.
turnaround point.
Right.
On this turnaround
Left.
point,
Right.
if they are able, they can make the
Right.
turn on the boards
Right.
and
Left.
shortcut the course. If a team
Left.
opts not to turn around at the first
Left.
cone, they have the choice of
Right.
going to the second
Right.
cone. They have to completely
Right.
be past the
Left.
second cone.
Right. Left. Right. All right, we're good.
And at this point, they can manually turn the boards around, get reset, and start back the other way. They also have to make sure they are behind the starting line.
Right. Left.
As the team is coming in to
Left.
finish,
Right.
as soon
Left.
as the leader
Right.
crosses,
Left. Right. Left. We're done.
all right, as soon as the board crosses, they're over, and before a team can leave, they need to reset the boards for the next team, putting them behind the line, putting them behind the line, and then making sure the ropes are not underneath the skis before they are allowed to leave.
2,
If a team cannot successfully complete team walk, they will do, the entire team will do 30 4-count lunges. For the fireman / piggyback carry, when we start, there will be 2 pairs, all starting on the same end. The first pair will carry the rescuer will carry the victim. The victim may assist in getting on, and then when you get to the far end, they set the victim down, switch over, and come back. So the rescuer becomes the victim, and the victim becomes the rescuer. The alternative to the fireman's carry is the piggyback. If the fireman does not work, a fireman carry somehow slips off, they go back to the point of the fall, and then the other person, they switch over, remount, and finish the course. The penalty for not completing the fireman's carry is the bear crawl. Teams must bear crawl to a cone 30 yards away and back. The next event is the island hopping. This is, you have 4 members on your team and there's 6 boards. You have to cross a field without stepping on the grass. And these guys will demonstrate how that goes. At a certain point, he runs out of boards and they have to start passing them forward. Competitors are allowed to have their feet on 2 different boards at the same time. It is also permissible for them to assist other team members in handling boards. Teams must go up and back in this manner. The turnaround point is marked by a cone. The first member of the team must knock the cone over either with his hand or his foot without stepping off the board. At this point, they turn around and return to the starting line. Coming in, they're nearing the finish line here at this point. What he can do, as soon as he can get across and his team can get across, they're done. Now finished, before they're allowed to leave, they have to go back and pick up the boards and put them at the starting point. If during the course of this someone steps off the board, with just 1 foot off the board is enough, the team will have to stop. There will be a 10-second penalty like before. During that time, they have to stand there. They can pass boards, or they can get boards reorganized. They can get back on, but they cannot pass any boards forward. Obviously, you're going to touch the grass when you reach to get a board, and that is no penalty. However, if you should have to support yourself from falling and put your hand on the ground, that is a 10-second penalty. If a team cannot complete the last event, they will do 30 air squats.
7, 1.
When you arrive at the compass course point, you'll be at a gate here. From the gate, at the gate, you'll be given a pencil, a clipboard, a route card, and a compass. All right, go guys. All right. When they get their route card, everybody proceeds to the center. There's a cone out there, and that is a start point for everybody. Once at the cone, they're gonna look at the heading and the distance, get their heading, and now they're off to what they think is their control. All right, they have arrived at checkpoint D. Once they arrive at checkpoint D, they will record that on the sheet and proceed to the second point and followed by the third point. The penalty for not completing the compass course is 1 lap outside the fence for 1 missed point, or 2 laps if you have 2 or 3 missed points. The next event is the low crawl. Teams can choose, there are 2 lanes, teams can choose either lane, but all 4 members must go through the same lane. Need to stay down low enough not to hit the ropes, which I think and they may come one after another. You do not need to wait until the next person finishes. The entire team must do a 100-yard penalty lap for each competitor who hits a rope. The mud pit is self-explanatory. Cadets must crawl through the mud pit, occasionally going under low barriers. Once out of the pit, return to the start and finish line on the football field. All competitors are expected to make an honest effort to complete each challenge. Please do not game the system and skip a challenge or make a half-hearted effort because you think you can do the penalty faster. Such action may result in serious penalties or disqualification.